Hey guys, my name is Allison and welcome to my channel. This is new for me and a little outside of my comfort zone, but to be honest, I've been meaning to do this for a long time and I felt like this was the perfect time to start, so happy 2020. Just to tell you a little about myself, I'm a yoga teacher, Ayurvedic health counselor, doTERRA wellness advocate, among other things, but those are like my main things that I love to share and teach and have a huge passion about. So if you're watching this, then you might have seen some things I've posted, or you might have happened to magically land upon it, which thank you for watching if you did. But this is for a 21-day habit building routine or program, just for you to get familiar with how to use some of the essential oils products that I love, and also I'm weaving in some Ayurveda, some yoga, some breathing, meditation tidbits that I like to use daily, have developed over years a habit of getting to using daily. So in the next 21 days I will be sharing all different types of techniques, and it's a lot. So to build a habit, it takes around 21 days, and 21 habits is a lot to try to do right away. So as I move through, maybe just pick one or pick two that seem easy, that are fun to implement, and maybe if you feel more comfortable, you can come back and watch the videos or watch my stories, or just take note and start to weave more things in throughout your day when you feel ready. So today was day one, and I was talking a little bit about one of the main ways to use essential oils, because the thing with essential oils is so many people that I've talked to like them and they know that they work for them, but some of the hardest things to do when you first start using essential oils is to build habits using them, and so a lot of people don't really even know where to start. So that was a huge reason behind my action with this, but also I wanted to start simple. So the three main ways to use essential oils are aromatically, topically, and internally. So to start, I'm going with number one, aromatic use. And some of the most common ways are to use a diffuser. So this is what one of my diffusers looks like. I have a whole bunch of them. I have almost too many of them, but I teach a lot of classes and I like to use them all for different things. So for me personally, I've experimented with a lot. I've bought all different kinds on Amazon. I have a bunch from doTERRA because doTERRA is the company that I use. And I held off on buying doTERRA diffusers for a while because I was like, oh, I can just buy them cheaper online or whatever. And I did that. They ended up being very low quality and have broken down or just don't work very well. I'll still use them for like my workshops when I travel, but for like my daily drivers, definitely go with using a doTERRA diffuser because they last really long. They actually fill the room and like other parts of the house, and I love them very much. They're just amazing. There's like a few different kinds of diffusers. The ones that doTERRA sells are ultrasonic, so they use water and they basically steam the essential oil in the water into the room. So it takes a long time for it to diffuse a lot of the oil that's in the diffuser because the steam is mostly water. So it's just carrying a little bit of the terpenes for you to be able to smell out into the room. Whereas if you were to use a heat diffusers don't use water. They just heat the oil, and it's a lot more potent smelling because it's purely oil being heated into the air. The con with that is that terpenes, which are the chemical constituents of essential oils that make it smell, and they're where a lot of the health benefits come from, essential oils, they degrade once they're exposed to heat. So it kind of messes with the molecular structure of the oil and the constituents if you heat them. So that's just one downside to think about with heated diffusers. Then there's, what are they called? Evaporative diffusers. So They basically just hold the oil in like a felt pad or a tissue, and they just kind of let the air slow release, basically, the oil. The only thing with that is that the lighter constituents evaporate first, and then the heavier ones are left behind, so you're not getting the full benefit of the oils all at once like you would with an ultrasonic diffuser. So that's why I love those more, and they're basically your best bet. But like I said in my stories, if you don't have a diffuser and you're on a budget, there are some things that you can use at home that are easy. So maybe balling up a couple tissues and adding a couple drops to them. I like to take some of those and stuff them into like the vents of my car, or throw them in my gym bag with my sticky gym clothes. And they're just nice to have like in the car or to use other places. I know that one thing you can do is to make your own tissue box, and kind of like those white boxes, you can just like take out each of the tissues, put oil on them, and fold them back up, save them in the box, and then keep those in like a cool, dry place. Obviously, the oils evaporate over time, so it's not like the best thing to do with too many, but if you want something to have on hand on the go, then those will work well. Also, you can make your own reed diffuser. So those skewers that you buy at the store to make kebabs, you can take those, cut the pointy tips off, and then there's a recipe to make your own diffuser, reed diffuser solution or oil. You'd want to use like an almond oil or jojoba oil, anything that's not cooking oil, because cooking oil is thick and it won't work. But you want to add essential oils to it, and alcohol. You can find a recipe online. Maybe I'll do a video to show you guys how to make some, because I've made them before. I just can't remember the entire recipe right now off the top of my head, but it's possible and a good option. And it's a fun little DIY thing. And if you just rub it in your hands, smell it a couple inches away from your face, rub the excess into your hair kind of works as a diffuser over time. And basically just get creative. You can use cotton balls. I like to just open the cap and bring the bottle into the shower with me to let it steam. If I am on the go or on vacation and I didn't bring a diffuser, anything like that, it's a good option. And yeah, and jewelry. So like lava rock bracelets and the lockets with the little felt pads, those work really well. I have a bunch of them. It's also really fun to make your own lava rock jewelry, so you could do that. And there's so many benefits to using oils aromatically. A lot of them particularly being emotional benefits, since our sense of smell is directly linked with the amygdala, which is the memory center of the brain, and helps to work through memories or trauma and emotions. It's the only sense that's directly linked to the brain like that, so it's a very quick way to help lighten your mood or elevate your stress, or if you feel sad, especially during the winter time, because I know seasonal depression or seasonal affectiveness disorder is a thing that most people experience, especially if you live where I live in New England, where it's freezing all the time. Or like when it randomly wants to be 70 degrees and it's summer for 2 days in a row. But I digress, that's different. Yeah, and I guess that's basically all I wanted to share, was just some stuff about how to diffuse. I guess I'll also tell you when I diffuse, so all day long. I like to wake up in the morning and diffuse bergamot or orange, or doTERRA makes a blend called Citrus Bliss that I like to use all day. Helps to wake me up and uplift me. Then during the day I like to use lemon, because it's the oil of focus, and I get a lot of work done when I am diffusing it in the room and I'm studying, or if I'm making up classes, or basically doing anything that requires my mental focus. And then at night I like to diffuse Serenity, which is a blend that doTERRA makes for sleep, or lavender, or ylang ylang is really good for sleep, for me at least. And then while I'm asleep, I like to keep the diffuser running and run juniper berry, because I tend to get a lot of anxious dreams at night. Ayurveda would explain it as their vata dreams, and I can do a whole nother video about Ayurveda that is on the topic list for the up and coming 21 days. But for now, just to keep it brief, as somebody who is mostly of Vata dosha or energy makeup, my qualities are primarily made up of ether and air element. And Vata type people tend to have a lot of anxious dreams because they're more light and ethereal type dreams, and anxiety is a lighter type of emotion that people experience. That might seem a little heady right now, but I will explain that more someday. For now, these were all my tips about diffusing and diffusing at home or using homemade methods of diffusing, and in the coming days I will have a lot more to share, and it'll be really fun, really exciting. If you have any questions, you can find my email address in the subscription area where that detail box is down there. And maybe if you want to subscribe to my channel, you probably should, because I got a lot of fun stuff coming this year. So if you want to learn how to stay healthy and balance your mind, then keep up with me, and I will talk to you soon. See ya.